You know, he's a balls to the wall type fighter. Tremendous heart. He never gives up, and he always comes to fight. You know, so you know, like I'm gonna tell the truth always. You know, he's a guy that's gonna come to fight. You know, if you're not in shape or if you're not fit, you know, he's gonna put all that to the test. So, you know, he's a very good fighter.
Errol, the fact that he is comparing that moment that his father had against Julio Cesar Chavez, and he's saying this is his moment, his version of that.
I think it's cute, but I mean that ain't what that is. This is Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu. He's no caliber of his fighter. I mean of his daddy, so he can't even compare himself to his pops. He fighting me. He trying to get out of his daddy's shadow.
Very respectful guy. I came up to him before, tried to shake his hand, and he just walked past me like a disrespectful fuck. And that just shows the type of person he is, and that's all right, you know. Now he's out here talking about the comparisons between me and my dad. I've heard it all. There's every fighter that I've ever fought has said the same thing.
Man,
so
you've been talking shit on social media. They shot dad me up. I'm not finna, bro. I don't play them games with people, bro. I don't dap up people who talk shit. And then when you see me, you want, hey, what's up, buddy? Like, I'm not one of those.
Kostya, Tim, and Nikita. They've never been beaten in Australia. So I know what this is going to do in terms of Errol having to come out to Australia and compete with that. It's the fans. It's having to come out there and, I guess, acclimatise to somewhere completely different.
Man, I've been there, done that. So what you talking?
I know you went England.
I've been there, done that. I've been there in Sheffield, done that. I've been there through the amateurs and done that. So what are you talking about?
All right. Well, we'll see.
We're talking about pedigree here.
July 26th, and we'll
All right, Errol, I'll leave you with final comments. What are fans going to see Saturday here in the U.S., July 25th, and Sunday in Australia, July 26th?
I mean, it's a war, man. I'm not here to just shake and hug my opponents and all that. Like, it's a war. It's what it is. I'm coming into his hometown, coming to his territory, and I'm looking to take over. So I mean, why would he want to shake my hand? He's coming to destroy me. You know, coming to knock me off and retire me. And, you know, I'm coming to beat him and show him that, you know, he's not up to anything of my pedigree. So it's going to be a great fight, and I know that I will become victorious come July 26th.
Australia. Victory. I was only going to give him a shake and a hug because it was his last fight, so just trying to make it nice and friendly, you know. So it is what it is.
We're good. Thanks, fellas. Errol?
You know, he been having a lot to say, especially recently. And I don't do that. Like, you gonna talk shit about me, and I'm gonna say stuff about you. I'm not finna, when the camera's not around, we see each other. Hey, what's up, man? And it's all buddy. Like, nah, it's wartime, it's time to go. We both signed a contract, so we can dap each other.
We had an obligation on behalf of TV, on behalf of promoters, to have a chat, and he didn't oblige.
He might not watch live, but I'm sure he'll watch this back at some point. A message for Errol Spence, who hasn't joined us here today?
I'm coming for every limb. That's it, simple, especially that retina.
You, I'm sure, could have potentially had this fight here, but you decided you're going to Australia. You want to face Tim in his backyard. Why did you make that decision to go over to Australia?
Because I'm about moments, and there's something that I enjoy. You know, I don't know if it's just, you know, some type of sick gratification, but to fight somebody in their hometown and fight them in front of, you know, their countrymen, and to beat him in front of how many thousands of fans is going to be. That's going to be a great moment for myself, and you know, I like that feeling. I like the feeling when I went to Sheffield and did the same thing, and I'm looking to do the same thing again.
Errol Spence is getting ready for what could be one of the toughest fights of his career against Australia's Tim Tszyu. Fighting in Australia at the age of 36 is a huge challenge, but Spence has never been afraid of difficult fights. Back in 2017, he traveled to England and defeated Kell Brook to win the IBF welterweight title. Now, he is traveling again to prove that he still belongs among the best. However, this fight will not be easy. Spence has not fought in almost 3 years, and such a long break can cause serious ring rust. When he steps into the ring on August 26th, he will need to shake off that rust quickly, but there may be one advantage on his side. Recent sparring footage from Tim Tszyu's training camp has raised questions. He appears slower than usual and does not look as sharp or aggressive, giving Spence a possible opportunity heading into this big fight.
Tim Tszyu leaked sparring footage ahead of his showdown with Errol Spence Jr. July 26, and he sends a warning to Errol Spence and says, "Stay off the ropes, it's a dangerous place for you." But as you watch this sparring, Tim Tszyu looks very predictable. He looks very slow. His reaction is not very quickly, and Errol Spence is going to stop him.
On the other hand, Errol Spence says his training camp is going very well. He has been working with legendary trainer Ronnie Shields and focusing on the basics that made him a world champion. Their training includes improving hand position, throwing better combinations, and using the jab more effectively. Since moving from Dallas to Houston, Spence admits that the hot and humid weather has been one of the biggest challenges. As he prepares for his return after a 3-year break, he says he is simply following his coach's instructions and concentrating on the fundamentals. Spence also revealed that this long break was important because, for the first time in his career, he gave his body enough time to fully recover from the injuries and accidents he suffered in the past. He believes that rest has helped him return stronger and more motivated than ever.